Hello, welcome to my weekly update with the Sports-TV.Network from the touchlines with me, Hamza. We have just concluded the week one of the second round, and I'm going to talk about the three cup games which was held in Colombo. The first game, St. Peter's hosted Royal College in a traditional encounter for the BCNG Trophy. As you know, both schools have been playing this encounter, the Royal St. Peter's encounter, even though the trophy was introduced in the year 2013. And the game first played in Bambalapiti in 1932, and this game is recorded as the second oldest rugby game, second oldest schools rugby game in Sri Lanka after the Royal Trinity encounter. Both teams coming into the second round with one loss each. St. Peter's losing to Wesley College at Havelock Park a few weeks back, and Royal too losing their first game, the only game in the first round to arch rivals Trinity College in Pallakele. And Royal started off the proceedings with a centre scrum because P-Pride skipper Vishenka Silva did not start off the kickoff well. Royal coming into the trophy game without win for the BCNG trophy since 2013, because Royal last won the trophy in 2018 at Royal Complex, and Royal opened the account immediately in the first half. St. Peter's also scoring almost in the next few minutes to make the score 7-5, and Royal puts on another penalty. What we saw here was a few changes. Dharmaraja coming in as a fullback as the last game, and Vishenka Silva moving as a centre. Sheval Abhigunardana from the P-Trike camp moving as a hooker. Jamal Wahab, the little Jamal Wahab, moving into the scrum half position. With the Royal team, almost the same team that they played the last encounter. Skipper Samar Singh leading the outfit pretty much in a better way, and his touching down also helped Royal to lead in the second half, because halftime it was St. Peter's who led 14 points to 8, and Royal's skipper Samar Singh scores under the post almost start of the second half. Thereafter, Royal scored two other tries. Nazir scores off a beautiful maul, and also again Royal scores to make the scores 24-14 with about 55 minutes. So in the 60th minute, Jamal Wahab coming into the favourite position of fly half, which he had been playing since he was a junior rugby player. He's scoring off, he spotters the gap as usual, he squeezed through the defence and scores on the left side. The P-Tride kicker misses that kickable conversion. 7 minutes to go, St. Peter's are trailing 19 points to 27. And again, Vishenka Silva touches down in the last minute to make the score 24-27. And then again, the P-Tride kicker misses the second conversion, and even he missed a penalty. So that's like 9 points in an important game, and St. Peter's going down to Royal College after 5 years, 27 points to 24. And P-Tride suffering their second defeat. The defending champions, and Royal winning this important fixture, the first opening game in the second round and the trophy game. Even though Royal managed to score 4 tries along with the St. Peter's 4 tries, St. Peter's were lucky enough to get that bonus point, losing bonus point. And I'm moving into Mount Lavinia, where St. Thomas's hosted Trinity College Kandy for the Canon Disarab Trophy. 2 unbeaten teams coming to that game. A lot were expected. St. Thomas's playing in their home ground, big club grounds, and Trinity had other ideas. I mean, if you watch that game, Trinity scored 6 tries, and some of those tries came off beautifully with simple catch and pass, working the ball from one end to another, few paces, and this Trinity didn't have any problem, nothing fancy. So it was Trinity who opened the scores with a line out maul, and they had about 10 meters, but Trinity just pushed it through with ease. And Leena Gunawardena touches down for St. Thomas's almost immediately. And then the second try for Trinity comes down with Hamza touching down with a beautiful three-quarter move. I mean, there are about 14 passes in that particular three phases. I would say there were only three ruck situations. Beautiful hands, few loops, running the corner. So this is what Fazil Marja has done to the Trinity side, because their three quarters are playing just unpanicked, basic catch and pass rugby, because this is what most of the teams are finding hard to do, particularly some of these schools who have been having best three quarters. They just fumble the ball, either they're trying to do something fancy. So Trinity in that way has really, really oiled and greased their three quarters so much, and most of the time they just do some simple basic rugby. And in the 20 there was one a particular try that Trinity scored, their third try off a maul in a line out in the 22-meter, pushing St. Thomas's completely down. And the fourth try again coming into simple, working the ball, hands, 29 points to 12. They had a good lead in the first half. And second half scoring again, Trinity scoring a few tries, and St. Thomas scoring only one try in the second half, and Trinity running off a 36 points to 19 victory in that game with six tries to three tries. And St. Thomas has suffered their first defeat. Trinity ends their unbeaten run at their home grounds to win the Cannon Salem Trophy. So Trinity moves into their second game with the unbeaten run there. Because Wesley in another game at Havelock Park again, Isipathana loses their unbeaten run to the Green Machine. So that's a game that anticipated Wesley to beat Isipathana, because Wesley had been playing good rugby right throughout. They beat the last year's unbeaten league champion St. Peter's with a comfortable 20 odd points to 5 points, and they've been playing some good rugby. Their kickers have been combining well. Their forwards have been playing brilliantly in the loose and even in the broken play. So Wesley takes an early penalty in that game, and again the fly half lies scoring a try on the right side to make it 10 minutes. So 25 minutes into the first half, Isipathana is 0. So this is something that the Green Machine fans doesn't want to see at Havelock Park. And then just before the halftime, Isipathana scores a try off a maul to make it 10-5. And in the second half, Isipathana takes another penalty. And thereafter, Isipathana scores another try to Shakib Zumri after a brilliant long line out through, and he reaches through his hands to score a beautiful try on the line to make 15 points to 10. So this is the first time that Isipathana leading in that game. So after the half time, and then Isipathana knows that Wesley would come back, because they are a good team, and Isipathana opted to take a penalty which comes on their way to make it 18 points to 10. So they have a comfortable 8 points lead here, and Wesley scores almost immediately to make it 17 points to 18. So, and then Isipathana gets another penalty, and then Isipathana opted to take that penalty to make it 21-17. So this is where that there was a controversial call that most of the supporters of the Double Blues saw. Wesley fly half takes the drop off immediately soon after that penalty, and then referee calls back the play. Referee thinks that the Wesley player did not do a drop out there, and he thought he kicked it in full, and he tells, you can hear in the mic, referee says that you can take a drop kick, because he thought that the Wesley player kicked in full, whereas the Wesley player kicks a drop out, and he went and scored. But Isipathana not ready. But the law says, even though the referee has a right to bring back the kick, saying that you didn't kick it properly, with all rights, with all means. Obviously, the referee was not in the halfway mark also when the kick was taken. So there is no rule saying that you cannot take the quick dropout, but the rule of restart very clearly says on law 12.5 point B that all the opposition players has to be on the 10 meter or behind the 10 meter mark. So even though Wesley would have scored off a dropout with the referee would have still bought it back because Isipathana was just running towards the 10-meter line. And there was another try which Wesley scored in the last minute off a maul. Unfortunately, the Wesley player goes down with both of his knees touching the ground, whereas he has the option of holding on to the ruck bound with his shoulder, the full arm, whereas the referee checks the replays along with his AR and finds out that the referee player was not bound with his arm and he joins the ruck again. So that becomes like accidental offside. And unfortunately, unlucky for Wesley, lucky for Isipathana, because otherwise Isipathana would have lost that game with that maul. And Isipathana winning that game 21 points to 17. Wesley also ending the unbeaten run. We're moving into the other games which was held. So in the played segment, Zahira losing to DS 41 points to 35 at Zahira College grounds, and Ananda College beating Sri Sumangala 36 points to 17 at Ananda College grounds in Rajagiriya. And of course, the Kingswood going down surprisingly to St. Joseph, because St. Joseph really played that game very well, just like their last week's game at Bogambara. And in the bowl segment, the Antonine Eagles beating their hometown rivals Dharmaraja at Nithavela 36 points to 17. That's a big win for Anto. And the lads from Mount Lavinia Science College beating Vidyartha 28 points to 16. So Vidyartha, they haven't been playing or they have not been consistent from the time they started the season, because they've been playing some good rugby last season, even earlier this season as well. But then looks like they are not up to their mark. They are in the bowl segment, so if they want to keep their hopes alive, they should win the other three games. Thurston College drawing with their neighbours Mahanama College 19 all at Subhadasa Stadium. So that's another close game. Of course, we had some international fixtures as well, whereas British Lions winning their first test against the Wallabies in Brisbane, 27 points to 19, and in the under-20 Junior World Cup, the Junior Box South Africa winning against the Junior All Blacks 23 points to 15. So that's with the international news, and we have some good games coming up in the second week as well. So the games are starting this Friday with the played segment, and Kingswood is playing Ananda at Bogambara. And in the bowl segment, Dharmaraja is hosting Thurston College in Nithavela. And on Saturday, we have good cup segment games. Royal College is hosting Wesley at the complex, and Trinity is hosting Isipathana, the Green Machine in Pallakale. So that's an interesting fixture for me. And of course, St. Peter's is meeting St. Thomas's at their home, St. Thomas's home ground in Mount Lavinia for the Archibald Pereira Trophy, another traditional fixture. And in the played segment, the Josephians are meeting Zahira College at CRNFC. And in the bowl segment, we have two games, St. Anthony's College versus Vidyartha at Nithavela, and Mahanama College versus Science College at the Air Force grounds. And on Sunday also we have one more game. Sri Sumangala is hosting DS Senanayake in Pallakale, and all matches are starting at 4:15 p.m. So keep locked on to Sports-TV.Network and From the Touchlines with Hamza Facebook page for the next round of updates early next week. And that's it from me. And have a great week and enjoy your rugby in the weekend with the international fixtures as well. Whereas the Wallabies are facing British Lions in their second test as well, and there are some other international fixtures coming up as well. Thank you and